Snarl is an unhappy loner of few words and fewer opinions. He finds joy only in battle. Hating his Dinobot form, Snarl longs to return to Cybertron. Large golden plates on his spinal assembly work as solar collectors, increasing his strength tenfold in sunlight. His tail can shatter a 20-foot concrete cube, and his armored hide can resist most missiles. He is, however, vulnerable to nighttime attacks due to his weaker state. Snarl is also slow, and his uncooperative nature hinders others from helping him. Swoop enjoys watching his enemies scatter before him as he dives down from the sky, and considers spreading fear his greatest weapon. This Dinobot's kind, good-natured side is disguised by his horrifying form. Even his comrades shy away. Swoop flies at 250 miles per hour, with air-to-air missile launchers under each wing. He fires missiles at an equivalent of 5,000 pounds of TNT at an 8-mile range. In robot mode, he uses his launchers, as well as a 4,000 degrees Celsius thermal sword. However, with fragile wings, Swoop is vulnerable to enemy firepower. At last, 3 becomes 5, and the team is complete. But for now, the war has begun. War of the Dinobots.
Let's watch some Transformers. And helicopters. Every time I try to helicopters. My name is Leo McCrumb, and if the police ask you anything about a rocket launcher and an exploded helicopter, you have no idea where I am. And welcome back. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe, and, if you're new here, we welcome you just the same. Also, you can now find Leo McCrumb pictures on Facebook as well as Instagram. But enough about me, let's get down to business. This is Season 1, Episode 10, War of the Dinobots.
I've never seen a bigger or more weird meteor, Jeff. And it's headed right for Earth.
Okay, right off the bat, who the f*** is Jeff?
And a menace. I'll radio the Autobots. They're the only ones who can save the Earth.
Well, meteor or no meteor, Optimus Prime, it's great not worrying about the Decepticons for a change.
I always worry about the Decepticons, Spike.
Thanks for coming so fast. According to my calculations, the meteor should hit sometime tonight.
The meteor could be an energy source of incalculable strength. Then we better get to it before the Decepticons do. Affirmative. And we'll take along some heavy backup. Wheeljack and Ratchet's creations, the Dinobots.
Okay, we got all that? Elsewhere, Megatron obsesses over his troops repeatedly getting their asses kicked by the Dinobots. He hatches a new plan.
We must probe the Dinobots for their weak points, and when we have found them, strike. Soundwave, discover the Dinobots' soft spots. As you command, Megatron.
Thanks for letting me tag along, Optimus Prime.
You sighted the meteor, Chip. It's only fair.
Maybe we'll even name it after you. Meteorini Chipperoni or something.
Shut up, Spike. I don't think the people who made this episode knew about the impact of meteors or just didn't care because they thought kids were watching. But not only would this kill all of them, this would wipe out all of North America and most of the hemisphere, likely having a long-lasting global effect on everyone. Anyway, on with our silly cartoon.
Stay back. This meteorite may contain energies unknown even to Autobot science. We must analyze a fragment at once.
This is very unstable. Stand back so I can shoot at it. That's what he just said. That's what he just did.
Meanwhile, Slag, Grimlock, and Sludge will guard the meteorite against the Decepticons.
What can possibly go wrong?
Transform!
No matter how many times I see it, it's always outrageous.
Shut up, Chip.
And roll out! I'm pleased with the Dinobots, Spike. I think I'll have Wheeljack and Ratchet build 2 more.
Wow. Can Chip and I help out?
Sure, why not?
A Stegosaurus is a great model for the first Dinobot. But for the second, how about giving the Autobots a little extra flying power? A Pteranodon.
Stego, what's this? And Tyranno, who's this? Is there anything you don't know about Chip?
Sparkplug is amazed by the names of dinosaurs. Can we take a moment to examine the look of embarrassment on his son's face when this happens? This is a real sound effect. I did not add it.
Initiate brain scan.
Once again.
Me, Slag, want to fight enemies. Optimus strong, but me, Grimlock stronger.
Me, Sludge, obey strongest leader. Always obey.
Yes, it was just that easy.
I was right. The Dinobots do have weaknesses. Slag is hostile, Grimlock arrogant, and Sludge stupid.
Technically, they're all stupid, but whatever. So the Decepticons move in and execute their plan.
Dinobots, transform!
After obligatory robots fighting with 0 consequences, Megatron easily plays the Dinobots to his side.
Why do you fight Dinobots? Because you are ordered to by your master, Optimus Prime? You are stronger than all the Autobots, and whoever is strongest should lead. Speak, Dinobots! What have you decided? Words make sense!
Autobot, no enemy.
Optimus Prime will be destroyed!
The world of Transformers is filled with robots that turn into dinosaurs. From Trypticon all the way to that time that Optimus Prime himself became a Dinobot. True story. However, there's still plenty to say about the original team of Dinobots. Here we go.
The Dinobots were in fact so popular that their characters lasted all the way through the 3rd season of the show, having been featured in a handful of their own memorable episodes. The team was even prominently featured in Transformers the movie in 1986. However, strangely enough, there were only 4 out of the 5 Dinobots present in any given shot. Throughout the majority of the movie, Dinobots Snarl is completely missing, except for 2 shots where he's replacing Dinobots Swoop. Later G1 Dinobot toys included a brand new Grimlock in a human pretender shell, one of the strangest Transformer toy concepts of all. And both he and Snarl received non-transforming Action Master figures as well. In the Generation 2 line, the original molds of Dinobots were re-released with flashy new colors. In the cartoon, our Dino buddies are created on Earth, but in Marvel Comics, as well as most newer tellings, the Dinobots are ancient warriors from Cybertron. The main exception being Transformers Animated, where the team are amusement park animatronics brought to life by the power of the Allspark. This 3-dino unit includes Grimlock, voiced by original actor Greg Berger, Swoop, and Snarl. However, this version of Snarl looked like Slag. This happened late in production, as Hasbro realized that slag is an inappropriate slang word in the UK, and not fit for a child's plaything. Current releases of this character are listed as Slug with a U. In future comics of the early 2000s, some new Dinobots were added to the team, such as Scar, Slash, Grimstone, and even Paddles the Plesiosaurus. However, I prefer the classic lineup myself. There are more than a handful of dinosaur or dinosaur monster themed Transformers. Aside from the classic 5 Dinobots, the most noteworthy would have to go to Beast Wars' singular character who is named Dinobot. Oh, Beast Wars, you just don't stop. Dinobot begins as a villainous Predacon, but ultimately joins the heroic Maximals. He ultimately sacrifices his life taking on the entire Predacon army single-handed. A bot of great honor, and a true badass in combat, this highly popular fan favorite has proven himself worthy of the name Dinobot.
We destroy Optimus Prime! Just as I predicted, the slow-witted Dinobots now serve the Decepticon cause.
Having succeeded, Megatron steals the meteor from their grasp. He then sets his plan into full motion.
If it please you, O superior ones, might one as unworthy as I suggest a course of action to assist in the destruction of our enemy Optimus Prime?
Back at the Ark, the Autobots continue the construction of 2 new Dinobots.
Wheeljack calling Optimus Prime. Please come to my lab and bring Trailbreaker and ship fast.
The meteorite sample detonates after becoming unstable. The greater threat becomes clear.
If the whole meteorite explodes,
There's no telling what might happen. Then we must destroy the meteorite before it explodes and jeopardizes this planet. Finish assembling the new Dinobots. I'll be in contact soon. And now, we'd like our new Dinobots to, introduce themselves.
I am Snarl.
Call me Swoop.
New Dinobots?
Transform.
In their first field test, Swoop and Snarl kick the crap out of their new teammates.
Great! I'm finally gonna get in a fight! Whoa! Look out below!
You can stop now!
The test is over. In a real fight, we'd have creamed them. Maybe.
Prime walks into Megatron's trap.
Leader no more.
I do not want to fight you, but you leave me no choice.
Despite putting up a good fight, Optimus becomes the prisoner of the Dinobots.
Please, this is senseless. We are friends.
Goodbye, friend. You are weak, so you must be destroyed.
Two episodes ago, I talked about Greg Berger, the actor behind the voice of Grimlock, but something I didn't have time to mention was this amazing piece of merchandise.
Not bad for Autobots. Now watch Grimlock.
Introducing the world's first auto-converting dual-form bipedal robot, Grimlock. 7 years in the making, RoboSen is proud to announce the next authentic G1 Transformers character from screen to reality. and interact with your Grimlock with an extensive library of voice commands. Voiced by the original voice from the G1 series, Greg Berger.
Me Grimlock stronger. Me Grimlock must lead. Yes, yes, yes! Wreck Decepticons now!
Equipped and ready for battle, Grimlock comes with an Energon sword and Galaxial rocket launcher. And the crown. All hail Grimlock! Step into Mini Theater, where you can interact with other RoboSend Transformers robots to reenact scenes between your favorite Transformers characters.
So, no, I am not sponsored by these people. But if they wanted to sponsor me and send me a free one of these things, that'd be great, because it costs $1,500, and frankly, I need to buy a new computer before that. But what I do want to talk about are some very specific instances through Transformers lore where Grimlock faces off with Optimus Prime.
Upon being reunited with Optimus Prime after his revival, Grimlock made it clear that he and his Dinobot warriors did not want to take commands from somebody that they saw as their weaker inferior. With that, the Dinobots disappeared from the comic book for some time, allowing writers to deal with the many new and old characters that were constantly coming and going from the fold. In the years that followed, many of the original heroes and villains had been facing the axe not only in toy aisles, but on the pages of the comic book as well. The most notable death always comes back to Optimus Prime. After the Marvel comic book version of Optimus Prime met his fate, Grimlock and the Dinobots re-emerged to take on and defeat Decepticon Titan, Trypticon. This single act allowed Grimlock to at last be voted in as the leader of the Autobots, filling the void left behind in Optimus Prime's absence. After several dark years for the Autobots under his tyrannical rule, Grimlock and the Dinobots were taken offline by Starscream in the infamous Underbase saga. 2008's Transformers Animated featured a version of Grimlock who fell under the control of Black Arachnia. He then saw Optimus Prime as a romantic rival. In the early 2000s, the mantle of Transformer stories was taken up by independent Dreamwave comic books as the 20th anniversary approached. Oh my god, you guys, we're so old. That was 20 years ago. Anyway, this version of Grimlock and the Dinobots boldly chose to leave the Autobots and serve Megatron instead. In 2014's Transformers Age of Extinction, Grimlock and some characters claiming to be Dinobots show up in the final act of the movie. Optimus seeks their help, but Grimlock violently refuses. So get this, Optimus simply punches Grimlock in the mouth really hard, and despite being like 40 times Optimus' size, he just yields to him and does what he says because Optimus is a total alpha dog with big robo-dick energy. I digress. A very different interpretation of Grimlock comes from Transformers Cyberverse. Despite turning into a sub-intelligent and angry dinosaur, this Grimlock exudes great charisma, charm, wisdom, and mirth when he's in robot form. A noble warrior, and a fun guy to have around.
What can I say? At times I am such a brute, I forget myself.
There's still so much more to be said about Grimlock and the Dinobots. However, I'm gonna stop talking before the 80th anniversary rolls around, and I turn into fossilized bones myself.
Optimus Prime terminated?
Grimlock is impressed by Optimus Prime's resistance.
No! Must be more stronger than me, Grimlock think.
Traces of Autobot training remain in your circuits.
No talk, or we terminate you now.
Something's approaching.
It's those dim-witted Dinobots.
What are they carrying?
It's Optimus Prime. Why does Optimus Prime still function? Me, Grimlock, destroy him when me, Grimlock, say time is right.
Chip, Sparkplug, Teletran 1 picked up the meteorite again. It's been moved to a different location. Can you get a fix on it? There, and it looks ready to blow. but we can't get there in time to do anything about it.
We can't, but I know who can.
The Autobots can't make it there in time, but our two new Dinobots can, by flying.
New Dinobots? Grimlock, Slag, Sludge! Transform and attack!
And now, the titular war of the Dinobots.
Megatron, the meteorite!
At long last, the meteor explodes. Like all other major explosions in this show, it has little to no consequence on anything in the end.
You're all okay! Terrific!
Optimus Prime, can you forgive? Me, Grimlock, was jealous of you. The meteorite menace is gone. Let's roll for home!
New toys are revealed, and another episode will follow.
Yes, and that, my friends, is War of the Dinobots. Now, like the anticlimactic meteorite that comes crashing down to Earth in the episode we just watched, let's talk about all the mistakes they made.
Looking through this super telescope at this meteorite, but the perspective, movement, speed, and trajectory are all off.
According to my calculations, the meteor should hit sometime tonight.
Sometime tonight? That's kind of vague, and not so much a calculation as a guess.
You sighted the meteor, Chip. It's only fair.
Maybe we'll even name it after you. Meteorini Chipperoni or something.
What does that even mean? So as the meteor comes towards Earth, it sounds like a jet that's about to land and taxi into the Burbank airport. I can't tell you how many times you'll catch this, but Slag's head is the wrong color. He's the only Dinobot with a red head, and they screw it up often. That's a spicy meatball! Remember, everyone, sound effects matter. In Sludge's close-up, he speaks in the voice of all three Dinobots in one line.
Yes! Yes! You, Sludge, you follow Grimlock?
Me, Sludge, follow strongest leader. Always.
Grimlock declares his loyalty to Megatron, then for no reason, we zoom in on Slag, but before we can zoom in, it cuts out too quick. Speaking of Slag, when he turns around, his face is right, but when he speaks, his face is all wrong.
If the whole meteorite explodes...
There's no telling what might happen.
Then we must destroy the meteorite before it explodes and jeopardizes this planet. And we don't have...
We can't let the meteorite explode and destroy the planet, so we have to blow it up before it blows up and destroys the planet. Also, notice how Prime runs out of the room in a hurry, and then in the next shot, he's standing in the same room, stationary, and then transforms. Silly.
Blue Streak, Sideswipe, Ironhide, Prowl.
Stop the Dinobots, if you can.
So Wheeljack and Ratchet dare the Autobots to fight the Dinobots, but then the Dinobots attack Wheeljack and Ratchet as well. Why would they let that happen? Oh look, Slag's face is wrong again.
Optimus Prime terminated.
Also, Slag face wrong. Slag face still wrong, but different wrong. And still consistently wrong. Get a load of that. Slag's head, chest, and neck are all wrong at the same time. Wow, the hits keep coming. Oh look, his head's wrong. Grimlock's eyes are incomplete. Speaking his line, Starscream magically turns into Thundercracker.
We'll never destroy his former master. Deep within his circuits, this Dinobot still has the sentimental softness of an Autobot slave.
Slag is a hot mess and still can't settle on his final look. Starscream's fingers are gray, when they should be blue. His entire forearm all the way through his hand should be solid blue. Nitpicky, but true. Starscream looks up to see that Swoop is carrying Swoop, but he drops Snarl, and Snarl lands on the ground. Weird. Oh, in an ironic twist, Slag's head is messed up again. After rebelling against Megatron's command, the Dinobots take Megatron's command and attack the other Dinobots. I guess they just wanted to have a war of Dinobots. So Megatron and Starscream fly away, and then Prime, being the hero, saves Grimlock, and that's fine, but they land right there. And then the meteorite explodes, not destroying Earth, which is what they were all afraid of, but Megatron and now Thundercracker are in the air, and they take more damage than anyone for some reason. Go figure. Grimlock's eyes are solid gray instead of blue. Not good. Prime's head changes color just to piss me off as the episode ends. Then he tells everyone to roll out and head for home, and then they stand there at sunset looking at the moon. Weird choice.
Well, I do hope they'll do better next time. And speaking of next time, I hope you'll join me next time for our next episode. We've got a big one coming, ladies and gentlemen. Our next one is a big 3-parter, The Ultimate Doom, so I hope you'll join me here for that, and I hope you'll subscribe, share, and like, and please, say hi to us on social media. Until next time, here's a little clip from Cyberverse. If you're into G1, and you're looking for a way to share Transformers with one of your little guys or little gals, this is a really safe one that I recommend, so please, by all means, check it out.
Friends? Where are friends?
Grimlock, there was a tragic event. An asteroid hit the Earth. The dinosaurs are all gone.
Friends? All gone. And so, my friends, we send our message to the future. Even as the asteroid hurtles toward this planet, we stand together in the face of catastrophe with courage and good cheer. Yeah!